Welcome survivors, burnout community, and those just interested. It's Kelly Bubolz, owner, trainer, and burnout prevention mentor at KB Training Connections. Burnout is not taboo. It's our reality in this fast-paced society. But we are not going to let it drive the narrative to our stories. We're going to do something about it. So let's dig in. Welcome to Phase 3 of Burnout Recovery. If you haven't watched, listened to, or read Phase 2 or Phase 1, stop now, go check those out. Do not skip those phases. They're an important foundation for your transformational journey from zombie mode back to liveliness. The third phase is the beautiful one. Of course, we went through some of the hard work. Some work will continue on, but this is a phase of understanding yourself, understanding who you are, where you're going. Where you've been isn't lost, but you recognize that's part of your journey. It's part of the chapter in your book. There are parts of understanding that are important to recognize. The first one is awareness of self-love. This was hard for me. I journaled. I had to do like the funny journaling because I just couldn't be feeling. I couldn't do meditation and be with myself. So self-love was hard. But it's an important factor to recognize. What are you really good at? Celebrate that. Do more of that. What are you not so great at? What do you want to work on to switch the two? There's going to be challenges, but there's going to be a lot of growth. What are you doing to feed that? Are you journaling? Are you meditating? Are you listening to podcasts, reading books, magazines, watching YouTube videos? What are you doing to feed the need for self-love? If by now you can't look in the mirror and smile without feeling shame, blame, ugly, not liking what you see. We're not very high on the self-love scale, are we? That's something that you have to continue to work on. This is new for your body. This is new for your brain, body, soul. You're going to have to feed the need and rewrite these pipelines by doing it consistently. I know you brush your teeth or do your hair or eventually shower and look in the mirror. It's as simple as a smile, thumbs up, a high five. You got it, girl. Attaboy. You show them. What are you doing for self-love? There's going to be power and strength in the evolution of self. By now, in the understanding phase, you're going to recognize this power. You're going to recognize that you are a beast. You're going to recognize you've done things that you did not think that you could do. And really, it's endless from there. Who's going to stop you? You? That's pretty much the only person that can stop you now. You're going to have a feeling of belonging because you have self-identified some new hobbies you like, things that re-energize you. You're going to have a sense of belonging that not only you belong here on earth, but you belong in the community. You belong with like-minded people. You have found your tribe. Again, this is why it's important to do the work in phase 1 and phase 2 of recovery, because it's healing and finding the things that re-energize you and the people that are going to feed you and you feed them. A sense of belonging will keep us from going back to burnout. Another thing that's going to happen in the understanding phase is the release of chains that have been held. Oh boy. If you have been truly in burnout, you know these chains. You know the work addiction. You know the busyness that fills your life, or you fill it for it in order to not process feelings. Suffocate when triggers come up. You have now done the work in which you allow these feelings to process and release. That you don't let the triggers get you into a negative state, because now you have new responses. So now it's time to release the old. You don't have to forget. Forgetting means it never happened. But it's time to give yourself some grace and grieve that old life to let it go. It's time to move into your new self. And sometimes that can be more difficult if you're holding on to the old. You are not the same person as you were before, and it's important to recognize that. By now, the fog has uplifted and you have a sense of direction. I want you to keep that direction. In the 2 years of my recovery, phase 3 was probably in the last 6 months or so, and it's probably the time in which relapse was most prevalent, because you have momentum in phase 1, as dark as it is when you're lost and lonely. You continue on because you start to feel a little bit better and a little bit better, so it drives you. And in phase 2, when you're confused, it's still kind of exciting because you're trying new things. You're going into the unknown and you don't exactly know what's going to happen. It's a transformational piece. But in phase 3, it's an understanding. It's almost like a plateau in which now you can stand proudly on the rooftop. And sometimes that space, because the momentum has slowed, can be misleading. It can feel like I need to go another direction. I need to keep going. And what I want you to do is embrace and absorb this moment. Let the understanding be and enjoy. Because you have been in a sense of chaos and survivorship mode so long, your body's actually going to crave a little bit of chaos. It's going to want that chaos back. And so for this understanding phase, we need to remind ourselves how far you have worked to get to this point on top of the mountain, to get the view that you have now. And just be. And then the universe will deliver you your next journey, your next adventure, your next hobby, your next thing to do. But right now, we just need to be in understanding. We need to just be. This is an important time in this understanding phase to do self-care daily. So you know what got you in burnout. You identified that you were in control. You've cleaned up triggers and traded off responses. You will relapse if you don't keep in check your self-care. This is what self-care can look like daily for mind, body, and soul. 5 minutes in the morning to watch the sunrise. Stretching while your coffee is brewing. Drinking a cup of water before your cup is brewing. Having a conflict at work and switching it to healthy conflict to move it proactively forward and progress. Keeping up with your to-do items by identifying priorities instead of adding all these new projects because you have all this new energy. Don't forget what you have learned in phase 1 and phase 2 and stay true to yourself. Find a self-care routine that works in your lifestyle. We dig into this in all different podcasts and blog articles that I have on my website, and also in the Burnout Compass program through the 4 checkpoints in which will move you from zombie mode back to liveliness. But the important thing is you're consistent. Because you are in a chaotic nature, this may be difficult. So when I say self-care daily, it's not that simple. How will you stay true to this journey, this healing journey, so you don't go back? This is also an important time to make sure that you're reconnecting with people again. As I said in the first phase, is you may be disconnecting with people, and that's okay to allow that space. When you're in an understanding phase, you are now confident in this new self. Maybe it's time to reconnect with some people. Maybe it's time to work things out because you're more confident in your communication and where you're at and your needs and your healthy boundaries. You don't need to reconnect with everyone. You will discover a lot of people just left. If you're a people pleaser, you'll realize when you stop feeding people everything and anything they need, they naturally just go away. And that's okay. And you have grieved that past life, so you are okay. But then there are people that you miss. You miss hanging out with. You think that they would really enjoy your new hobby or your new friends. Invite them along. It's time. You're ready. Reconnect with people and communities that you actually did enjoy and be re-energized by. It's important to give space and understanding. This is the phase in which will help you sustain these new habits, sustain this healing journey. And like I said, this was around the 1.5 to almost 2 years after my burnout collapse. So we went through the lost and lonely phase. Then we went to the confused phase 2. And now we're in understanding. That's where we will be for quite some time. But that's the cleanup. That is being so confident in ourselves to just be for a while, to be present, to live. And if you have gotten here, I commend you. I commend you for all the hard work that went into that, because I know, and you know, that took some work that people did not see. That took some lonely nights, some crying yourself to sleep, some yucky journal entries, some trying meditation over here, walking over here, being angry that you tried both. I feel like people who have come out of addiction, come out of severe grief, come out of trauma, and had to heal would only understand that. So I see you, I hear you. And it's important to know that in this phase of understanding, it's okay to just be there. It's okay to not add on. It's okay to recognize that you don't need to do more. You just need to be consistent. If you're struggling to be consistent or sustain your new habits, I hope that you grab up a coaching session, or I see you in person for a workshop and you can share your story. If you're on social media or you have close friends and families, I hope that you share your journey. I hope that you share your healing techniques and tools, because there's a reason why you healed and recover. There is a reason why you are still here, working on yourself, getting to a phase of understanding. It's time to share those gifts with others.
I know you're not lazy. Most people in burnout are high performers, those serving others before themselves. Don't discount this step today, the step in which you focus on your self-growth. Piecing together the puzzle is half the journey. Rediscovering energy through new actions and habits is the other. Do not underestimate the strength in your actions and the beast to do hard things that lies within you. Check out more burnout resources on my website to move from zombie mode back to liveliness. See you soon.